So you have to imagine yourself in Times Square, right? And there's hundreds of conversations going on around you. You look up and there's all these screens which are constantly bombarding you with information and advertising, selling you a lifestyle. You ask someone in Times Square, where's Jesus in this mix? And maybe, it was like that guy in the soapbox, right? Who was talking about the fact of going to hell. And so this is a reality for most people. Although we have a great product, one that people really need, the fact is most people are so busy and distracted, they don't even know they need the product. And so we have to recognize that if we really want the product to sell, we have to sell it. We have to basically enter into a space where we are competing alongside larger corporations for people's attention. Capture their attention for a moment and then make a case why this product is needed. Most of the people who are serving in the upper echelons of the church are still clergy, and if you look at what their formation consisted of, they're trained to be theologians, to be philosophers. They're trained to help people come to a greater appreciation of God. What's required to engage in the digital sphere is an entirely different kind of skill sets. So trying to ask them to be all things at all times is too much. So what Longbeard's, one of the reasons we're here is to kind of trumpet the importance of digital media marketing and then provide services to them so that they don't have to stop doing what they're doing. They can simply partner with someone and they can kind of outsource certain elements that they perhaps don't have the internal capacities to do themselves. It's too easy to forget that when we're passive in engaging in things like digital media in the world, when we ignore the problems, there is a cost. Once upon a time I was a soldier. In the army it's very easy to see. When I don't pay attention, people die. But in the church, when I don't pay attention, souls are lost. And it's not, in the army you see someone loses a limb, it's very easy to see how a mistake had a direct cost. In the church, it's a little more difficult, right? Because these are things that happen internally. But we can't think that the damage done, to a soldier as a result of war is any less than what happens to us not being negligent in our spiritual responsibilities to our brothers and sisters. So I think we need to recognize we've been losing. And that losing translates to how many people are sitting in the pews on a Sunday. If we want to gain ground back, then we have to come up with a singular strategy. We have to employ tactics across the board that are effective. But I think if the church really wants to succeed in this space, it has to be willing to outsource and work with the best.